Senator Alex Padilla was forcibly thrown out of a press conference by Kristi Noem in the Trump administration in the most un-American show of force, because he was asking a question.
Right.
Now, first of all, if y'all would answer questions in the first place, then maybe he wouldn't have to resort to asking you the questions in a live press conference.
No.
But you think that you aren't accountable. And it's up to the people in this country to stand up and show these people who they work for. They work for us.
Yep.
You elect them, you unelect them. Mm-hmm. Until we collectively start to remind them of that, they're going to continue to behave this way.
Yeah.
It's going to get worse.
And that goes for any politician.
So y'all
show them just who the fuck they work for.
Yeah. So
and
y'all
how
take
do you do that? You freaking vote.
Vote.
Yeah.
I'm really upset today by this.
Yeah. So y'all take a look at the video and see what they did to Senator Padilla.
Hands up.
Also, I want to talk
Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the secretary because the fact of the matter is, a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your.
I also want to talk about specifically how many of our ICE agents have been doxxed for doing their duty.
So then she had the nerve to take her ass.
First of all, the plastic witch lied.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. She had the nerve to go lie.
She
say he
ran
didn't.
her ass to Fox News at 3:00 and got on their show and lied through her teeth saying he didn't identify himself.
Fucking garden gnome looking ass
So
bitch.
did y'all hear him identify himself? He said
Senator Alex Padilla.
They didn't know who he was.
And what?
Yeah, you should know. Just like she didn't know what habeas corpus was.
But you over Homeland
Did y'all
Security?
see that video?
No.
She was in front of Congress, and one of the congressional members asked her, Secretary Noem, what is habeas corpus? And she said, habeas corpus is the right of the president to remove people from the country that are here illegally. And the congressional member, I don't know which, that was Hassan was her last name.
Maggie
she said,
Hassan?
Yeah, she said, excuse me, Secretary, ma'am, excuse me, that is incorrect. That is not what habeas corpus is. And if you're going to be a cabinet level person, if you were in Congress before and she not only didn't she know what habeas corpus was, she spoke very ill of Karen Bass on one of those shows. I think it was. I don't watch Fox News, but
Karen
it
Bass.
was on wherever it was that I was. And she served at the same time that Karen Bass served in Congress. And she spoke very bad about Karen Bass. And Karen Bass is a competent mayor.
Mm-hmm. They keep talking bad about her, and I can't help but see the parallels that every time it's a black mayor, specifically a black female mayor, this is what the narrative is. They're incompetent. They can't manage their cities.
They're talking bad about Brandon, the mayor of Chicago. They did about Ras Baraka, the mayor of New York. Every time it's a black mayor, wait till they get I haven't heard what they've said, but I'm sure they've said some stuff about Wes Moore, the governor of Maryland.
So it really is ridiculous. They never respect the positions, but then they want to gaslight us and tell us, well, racism has been over. You perpetuate it every day.
Lying sacks of shit. So, and that bitch gnome is a garden gnome full of shit.
Oh, man. You done just fucked me up now.
Cameron crashing out.
I'm
I
so
ain't
sick
gonna
of
be
them.
in the
I'm so
Gnome.
sick of them bitches.
I don't like gnomes. She looks so plastic, like a Barbie doll, like artificial.
all them. Look at all them Republicans. They all got fucking Botox. Look at Matt Gaetz at the RNC convention. That bitch was red and bloated. Looked like a fucking Botox filled tomato. I'm sick of all their asses.
So Senator Padilla said in response that if they treat a sitting senator like this, imagine how
What they gonna do
they
to
are
us?
treating farm workers, cooks, day laborers, and the people who they are arresting.
Right.
And we can only imagine what they're doing. I mean, they don't have cameras there.
No, and
They
they
don't
won't
have
let
that
them.
stature.
They won't let them into the facilities where they're holding these people, and it's like they've indicted LaMonica McIver,
Yeah,
and she was the one that was roughed up in Newark.
exactly.
And then I remember reports from when the bitch was last president. The last time he was president. When he was putting them kids in cages. The conditions in there wasn't good.
Some of those kids died.
Yep. So what we
But
have
you don't hear
to
nothing about that.
know,
And people just have forgotten about it.
and what we got to remember is, people, they always have this, well, it's not me mentality. Oh, well, he's just going after the criminals. He's going to deport the criminals. And then he moved to now he's just deporting other people who, are citizens.
But I have a question for the
like
people
they're
who
coming
voted
for
him.
you next.
Is this what you voted for? Latinos for Trump. Is this what you?
I don't know how credible it is, so don't take it with a grain of salt. I don't know how true it is, but apparently he got detained by the leaders of Latinos for Trump. The leader of Latinos for Trump.
I thought that I read something that said, I don't know if it was that exact person, but I read something where he was deported.
5-0, bitch.
So
I think that they did that to Senator Padilla because he's Hispanic. Because he's Senator Padilla and he got brown skin.
yeah. So
Because they wouldn't let the Newark mayor in, LaMonica McIver, but there was some white members of Congress that went to visit a ICE facility, and they were let in with no problem.
Nah.
So it seems to me like there's a pattern in practice here.
Yep. But my message to everybody is you're going to be next. You may not think that you are. And you may think, well, they're just coming after the people who are talking bad about them or causing trouble for them. That's today. But tomorrow they're going to be coming after you for just doing the things you do normally. For just going to the store or just going to the movies, just going to hang out on Saturday for brunch.
It's going to be some other group that they're going to decide is the next problem.
Our very way of living in this country is very much
you
under
should
attack.
be outraged just because they're going after people for saying something about them.
Exactly.
Like it's not lost on us the amount of danger we're putting ourselves in by even having this podcast and talking the kind of shit we're talking. But y'all should be upset at people getting fucked over by him.
Where's the libertarians at? Where's the don't tread on me crowd?
Yeah. 'Cause
Where's the
this
give
show
me
ain't
liberty or
freedom.
death? This is not
ain't
liberty.
freedom.
If you got to worry about being retaliated against because you said, and this is real. I mean, we decided to do this podcast because we felt the need to do it because we felt like there was a voice that was needed.
Yeah.
And
voice
now
of reason.
this is real that we have to consider. And we have had many talks about, well, what could happen to us or what could people target us and what are we going to do if that happens?
Yep.
We shouldn't have to worry about that.
And I talked about this on my channel because, I was a person, this is not my identity, dealing with politics or talking about politics constantly.
Yeah.
I was just a regular guy. I did do my civic duty. I did go and vote, and I did educate
We all
myself.
did, because that's how I brought my sons up.
Yeah, on what I was going to vote for, and made sure that I was, up to date on everything that was going on. But I didn't go around advertising that. Like, if you saw me in the store, I wasn't going to be like, did you see what's the latest going on in politics? That wasn't me. But I felt so compelled to do this because obviously something is wrong when you have these kind of things going on in the country that my ancestors built, fought for. My grandfathers served this nation, and they didn't fight for me to be silenced, to not have a voice. So I couldn't live with myself if I just quietly kept being the person that I was and not speaking up for what's right. I mean, this is about morality, just like we was talking about with that cop shooting that reporter. Like, why would you do that? Why would you want to hurt someone? So I have the same empathy and compassion and outrage for him shooting her that I did for those anarchists throwing those fireworks in the crowd of police.
Yeah.
It maddens me, and it makes me so upset that people just easily want to hurt other people.
And then people would say, well, look at what the police was doing. But two wrongs do not make a right.
And you don't know that it's not like, okay, that group of cops most likely was not the same group of cops doing what happened earlier in the day. So it's not like
everybody just
two
need to
wrongs don't
take
make right.
a chill pill.
I think about y'all's grandfather, both of them, but I think about my daddy, a second lieutenant with the 82nd Airborne in Korea. He would be outraged that you have the military on the streets of an American city.
Yeah. And, to the people who have followed me over from my channel to this channel, it just shows how much integrity means to me, because I sat in my confessional shot and I held the flag in my lap that draped his casket and told y'all that I was going to do something. And at that point, I had no idea what I was going to do, but I knew I was going to do something. And it turns out that this is what I was going to do. So,
and some people had the nerve to comment and say, well, it's not going to be that bad. Well, what do you call
not that bad?
Yeah.
Who said that?
Some idiot in the comments.
These people. I don't spend a lot of time in my comments, so for the haters, just know you're being thoroughly ignored.
Okay, I'm sorry. It took me a minute to catch up. You talking about when you did your confessional?
Yeah.
Someone in the comments said when he gets he's reelected, it's not going to be that bad.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that person sees this video.
Are you deported?
Are you paying attention?
Are you deported?
It is.
Are you starving?
That bad?
Did you get hit with a rubber bullet? Well, no, your ass wouldn't have been at the protest.
Yeah. I had forgot about that, Cameron.
Sometimes I go look.
I know you look, and I do look at the comments, but once it's hate,
YouTube's algorithm
in one
is
end
the
out the
only
other.
thing that stops me from clapping back at y'all ass. Because I ain't gonna just turn the other cheek. If I see some shit and feel like I won't respond, if I do, you won't be happy for the rest of the day. Just know.